5 months old, and Scott is a part of our family thanks to NCRM. So my husband and I dealt with something called secondary infertility, which means that you were able to have children before without a problem, but had a little bit of difficulty growing your family after that. We went through 2 miscarriages relatively quickly, back to back, and knew that we were dealing with something that we needed some help with. So my OB recommended that we set up an appointment with Dr. Folk to talk about options. And Dr. Folk was great. The entire staff at NCRM was great. We were completely scared. The 2 miscarriages were absolutely the worst things that we've ever lived through. And we questioned whether or not we would ever be able to have other children, which is one of the worst things you could really go through. But Dr. Folk and the staff were great. They told us that there were options, there were things that we could do, and we chose a path that we felt was right for us, and that was IVF. The IVF path wasn't as smooth as it is for some people. Our first cycle was not a success and didn't create any embryos that we could have tested. But Dr. Folk told us to not lose all hope. He had other things that he could do, and he ended up changing our protocol. Yeah. He changed our protocol and introduced some new medicines and a different way of going about it. And I went through another 2 cycles of IVF, and we did end up creating enough embryos to send for testing. And of those embryos, Dr. Folk chose the healthiest one, and that is Scott that you see right here. So Dr. Folk chose one of the embryos that looked the best, and we transferred that one, and that is this cute little angel that I'm holding in my arms right now. And we are so grateful for them, for this. It was a long and tiring and emotional experience, but the staff at NCRM were there with us every moment, 24 hours a day. If you had any questions, if you needed reinforcements, they had resources there for people you could talk to, groups that you could join. So anything that you needed, whether it be medical or emotional or anything, they had options to make it better for you. And we're grateful because now our family is complete and we've got Scott, and we are so thankful to them. So secondary infertility is a situation where you have 1 or more children already and you had them without any problems at all. And I have a 7-year-old son right now who's in the 1st grade, and that was a single pregnancy and single delivery. Nice and smooth, very easy. But I was in my early 30s at that time. So later on in my 30s, when it was time to have another child, my issues really centered around my maternal age. I was 36 at the time, and my egg quality. And we determined through testing that I had a low ovarian reserve and some other issues due to age mostly, and that's what caused the 2 miscarriages that we had. So the reason why IVF was the best solution for us was we were able to use IVF to create embryos that could then be tested to be sure that they were chromosomally healthy and viable, and then that way we could choose from among those healthy embryos for a transfer. And that's what we went through, and that's how we had Scott. Because as you get older and your egg quality deteriorates and the quantity of eggs that you have, it can be a matter of just trying to find those healthy ones. And that's how Dr. Folk explained it to us, and that's exactly what we ended up doing. So after my husband and I had the 2 miscarriages, we realized that we were in a situation where we needed some medical support and some options, and my OB recommended NCRM. And I had had several friends that had gone to the clinic and had a really great experience there. And we are really, really lucky to have a facility like this right in our own backyard. I'm from Connecticut, but I've lived in Nevada for about 15 years now. And we are so lucky to have doctors of this quality and a clinic of this magnitude right here locally in Reno. The first question you ask yourself when you're dealing with any situation, whether it's fertility or any other medical situation, who are the doctors that are going to help you? How much do they know? How skilled are they? And it was amazing to find out that Dr. Folk and Dr. Witten are world-renowned physicians in reproduction, and they were ready. They had a plan. We felt so confident when we had our consultation with Dr. Folk, and he always made us feel like he was using the full force of his knowledge and his expertise to help us grow our family. And it was amazing, and we are really, really so lucky to have something like this. Most people around the country or the world have to travel to a facility like the one we have right in our own backyards. So one of the best things about working with NCRM, in addition to the fact of their medical expertise, was really the 360 degrees of support that are around you when you're going through this. The nurses are on call, the doctors are always there, they have financial counselors, they understand that what you're going through is affecting your whole life, and they have so many resources that you can use depending on what it is you need through this journey, whether that's financial counseling and options, local psychologists in the area that can work with you, therapists, many things that have been successful for other clients. I ended up using a lot of the forums on websites like The Bump, although now NCRM has a local support group, which I think is fantastic. So they're really making sure that the experience you have is one that supports you all around, because the medications can be taxing, the experience can be taxing, and so they want to make sure that you are as well as you can be while you travel this path.